Hey everybody, Brandon Chiga here for week 3 of Objective C. Just going to go through my app here really quick and then I'll go over the code. So my app just starts off, it just says date planner with a blank text box. It has an add event button down here. If I type first event in here, this button will close the keyboard. I'll set it for a couple days out. When I click save, you can see that the first event shows up there along with the date and the time assigned. If I go to click another or add another event, and I type second event, close the keyboard, I'll put this out for a little bit longer. You can see the second event gets appended on there. So that's just basically how it goes. You can keep adding events as long as you want. So as far as the code goes, in my main view controller here, I have this is the function that gets called when the delegate is called. So it passes in a date with the NS date and then an NS string as well. Here I format the date to this format and I convert it to a string. And then the event string here is initted with a certain format. It has an object here, which is actually what is currently in the text views box. So this method call here will return a string with whatever is in the field at the time. And then I have another string that gets called, which is the date value, the string value that gets passed in from the delegate. And then I have another object here, which is the date string, which I converted here. Here's my function for prepare for segue. So in the storyboard here, I have this button here creates a segue to the next view. Here I have an identifier for it just called event segue. So if I go back to the code here, it just checks to make sure I'm checking for the correct segue in case you have multiple ones. If it is, then we just assign the delegate to the view controller, so it knows where to go. And then in my view controller header file here, I have just a global variable for a string called the name event, and then a date for the date of the event. My text box, my date picker, and then the delegate. And then I have two functions for the save button and the keyboard button. In my M file, for my keyboard button, it's just a resign first responder, very simple. And then in the save button, I store the text from the text field into this string, and then or into this object rather, and then the date from the date picker into this object. And then I check if the delegate exists. If it does, we call the function for the delegate, which passes in these two variables, and then we dismiss the view. So pretty simple. I had a lot of fun. One thing that I would have done differently or better was probably just design it a little better. It's very bland. It's pretty much exactly how the screenshots that we had were. So that is my week 3 project. I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you next week. Thanks.